Silent Hill Shattered Memories is the first Silent Hill title to appear on a Nintendo system since the extremely popular Silent Hill play novel for the Game Boy Advance. What? You haven't played it? Well, neither have I, since it's a text-based game only in Japanese.
Anyway, Shattered Memories calls itself a reimagining of the first Silent Hill, and this is one of the things I didn't really care for that much with this title. Only really basic plot points and character names remain intact in this game.
Other than that, you are playing a completely different story, which just makes me wonder why it isn't just its own completely different story. I think I've wondered that before with something Silent Hill related.
At least with this game having Harry Mason in it, it should kill any thoughts of making a game with Rose de Silva.
It better!
So you do wake up as Harry after his crash looking for Cheryl, and will most of the time end up meeting Sybil in the diner, whichever way she's deciding to look at the time. But most of the story similarities end here, plus sometimes Harry will feel more like a drink and end up in the bar across from the diner instead.
Harry Mason, Levin Street. Says here you live on Levin Street?
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Harry's in the doghouse! There are points where if you've played the first game, you'll somewhat recognize where you are vaguely, but they've changed all the locations around, so again, it's nothing at all like you're playing Silent Hill 1 again.
As much as I did like Harry in the first game and the thought of playing as him again would be fun, this is a completely different Harry Mason, but who he is in this game is partly up to you.
But he still has his determination to do whatever he has to find his daughter.
Shit. Sweetie? Sweetie?
Or a toilet.
Cheryl?
If you really think she's in the toilet, fish her out, Harry. Oh, sure, Harry, get James to do your dirty work again. Harry has always been kind of a jerk to James, though, hasn't he?
So your basic controls for the game are you look around and go in the direction you point the Wiimote at the screen, and you move around and run with the nunchuck.
In Shattered Memories, you don't really click on objects to examine them, but if you zoom in, Harry will make a verbal comment if he has something to say about it.
Cammy.
Since this game is actually developed for the Wii, the motion controls seem pretty good, with the exception of sometimes in the Otherworld, which we'll get to, but I really do like how the exploration part was handled.
I'm Maria.
Harry uses his cell phone for a lot of things in this game. You'll receive calls, get messages when you approach certain objects, and can make outgoing calls, which will help you find out how doomed you are.
Our caller ID shows that you're calling from Silent Hill. I regret to inform you that you are beyond even our help.
Daddy? Help me! Daddy? Where are you?
Cheryl!
Harry also uses his phone's camera, and you can take pictures of ghosts and aliens? A lot of the puzzles, though, seem very basic, and a lot of the time you'll just find the key in the same room as the door that's locked. All the puzzles, for the most part, seem very geared towards the Wii's motion controls. Since there's no real inventory, you'll never really have to go find items like multiple plates or crests to open a door. The only other items you pick up are mementos, which just seem to affect one part of your character's psyche based on how many you pick up.
And being able to change who Harry is and the characters around him is definitely one of the most interesting parts of Shattered Memories.
A lot of this gets determined by these first-person sequences while you're in therapy with Dr. Kaufman. No real relation to the original Dr. Kaufman.
Nothing surprising there.
Based on your answers to his questions and exercises, you'll end up with people acting and looking different.
Who the hell is Michelle? Who's Michelle? Who the hell is Michelle?
And if you get along better with people, Sybil will be more apt to help you.
You feeling okay, Harry? Any headache? Nausea? Blurred vision?
But if not, she won't care less and be more suspicious of you.
And where did this happen?
The highway just outside town. I came off the verge and ended up in the junkyard. My daughter's missing.
That road's not in my jurisdiction.
What?
You want state police.
You're kidding.
And characters like Lisa will either take things more in stride,
I have medicine and gauze there. I'm a nurse. It's a few blocks north. I just need to rest.
or start to lose it a little.
I wasn't even supposed to be here today. It's my day off, but we were 3 nurses down because of the weather. Damn it! I wasn't supposed to be here!
I'm not even supposed to be here today!
Now, I really do like all that, and it makes the game really interesting for multiple playthroughs. But where this game really let me down was the Otherworld.
The Ice Otherworld, to be exact. In a game that's supposed to be more psychological, why they decide to change one of the things that could get in your head really well in the other games is beyond me. Even the color of it I thought was wrong from a psychological aspect. Blue is mostly thought of as a calming color. But where the Otherworld really disappoints me is the way you play its sequences.
I had really hoped for something interesting with the whole no combat thing, and it did make sense from a fear standpoint to make you want to evade your enemies rather than seek and destroy them.
And after the way too combat-heavy Homecoming, I figured this would be a nice change of pace. But keeping the pace is all you'll be doing, as the Ice Otherworld is just a big run sequence.
Now, you can hide in some areas, but the main objective with the Ice Otherworld is to get from point A to point B, so hiding will only just drag these parts out.
The enemies have the chance of finding you in your hiding spot as well, making it even more useless. If these parts worked in a time-based way, I could see the use for that, but you're just trying to get to a certain location. The enemies can also get extremely annoying in these parts.
Yeah, and if they get behind you, they'll constantly scream at you in their stupid little screech, and they won't stop even when they catch up to you and kill you, and all you'll want is for them to shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
The Ice Otherworld is just really bad for looking the same, so it can be often hard for you to get a good bearing on where you're heading, and since you're usually in close pursuit, you don't really have time to pull out your phone and check your map. Plus, just to be awesome, in a lot of these areas there are multiple ways for you to end up backtracking to the start, or just end up in a dead end. The hospital, I found, was one of the worst areas for this. The only time you're actually safe from the monsters is when you're holding a flare. But guess what?
You can't check your map while holding a flare! Isn't that just lovely?
These parts are also where I found the Wii's motion controls could get somewhat irritating, as to get the monsters off you, you must jarringly shake the controls in their direction to fling them off. And I'd find this would sometimes make the cursor lose its spot on the TV, which is something you really don't have time for and will often get you jumped on again.
Nasty, but inevitable. Everyone is going to die.
I really wish the Otherworld was handled completely differently. There's no real creepy imagery this time, so it never really gets to you the way it did in the other games. And at least to me, the chase sequences aren't frightening in the slightest.
I really don't think they accomplished what they'd meant to with the Ice Otherworld.
They can really just grate on your nerves, making you wish more than ever for a shotgun to blow these idiot monsters away!
I got a shotgun.
I just think back to when I first played Silent Hill 1, went through the clock tower and ended up in the same courtyard, got this music blaring at me with a roar in it, causing me to bolt back into the school, only to find that the floor was steel grating and dead bodies were hanging on the wall. It really put me into an odd state of mind, and just about any time being in the Otherworld is very unsettling. Ice over everything just does not have the same effect. On the flip side, though, I really enjoyed the story this game tells, and the variation you can put on it is great. I would have liked to seen a bit more variation, but oh well. And just because I really didn't enjoy the Ice Otherworld sequences doesn't mean you won't, but I found the rest of the game much more interesting.
Now, I do want to warn you that this game is kind of a short experience, and if you don't see yourself wanting to play through it multiple times, it's probably not worth you getting, at least not right away, and once you know what you're doing in this game, you can really just blow through it in a few hours.
Let's see this through to the end.
Like I said, the way the characters change based on your decisions is one of the most interesting aspects of the game, but...
Screw the game, it blows at being on the stupid fucking Wii with the motion control bullshit. I certainly couldn't give a shit and fuck about this game, and I certainly wouldn't buy it, let alone make a review on it. Wait, what the fuck? In my expert opinion, Silent Hill Shattered Memories is a game that came out on the Wii in December of 2009. Hello, Silent Hill Shattered My Memories. I don't remember it, so you don't have to. The Ice Otherworld was a welcome change to the series, and I'd love to see these games get even cooler. Shattered Memories, more like shattered asshole. I'd rather play a different game than play this game. What is this game doing in my house? Cheryl? Cheryl! I thought I was supposed to be reviewing a bad horror movie here. Silent Hill Shattered Memories is the perfect predecessor to the first Silent Hill game. The Silent Hill Sandwich. I could have got drunk instead of buying this game. I could have got drunker. But that's something to seriously consider. But if you want a game to play while you're drinking, you could buy this game. Because you can drink while playing it. And he drinks the game. That's pretty cool.
This is going nowhere.
Well, in closing, I'd like to say that there are a lot of good points to Shattered Memories. It's just kind of odd that there's a lack of horror orientation in the game, but overall I'd say it still did a much better job than Homecoming. It just really didn't need to be a reimagining of the first game. Now, as for a rating, I think I'd give it a